You're watching Distortion stuff.
What's up? What's up?
What up, man? Jake Wheezy, producer extraordinaire on Distortion Static. I don't think I've ever done a TV interview, so this is the first.
Cool, it's all good.
They've been trying to get me to do one back home, but it's gonna be too much clowning. I think if I did it, people would be talking too much shit. So I can refrain, but you know.
So where are you originally from? Like, what city? Do you
I'm born and raised in Seattle. That's the only place I ever lived. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You Seahawks fan?
I am, man. It was a.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been waiting 20 years to win a playoff game, so you know.
Not me too, though. Seahawks fan.
Oh, really? Okay. It's a hard existence, man.
Yeah, no,
it's a hard ass existence because it's no love, man. Even in Seattle, you know.
Oh, really?
Everybody. I mean, we got so many punk ass Raider fans, and now it's 49er fans coming out the woodwork and shit. So I'll ride on them. You know?
Word. So you're from Seattle. One question I wanted to ask about the scene in Seattle. You know, you got the West Coast. You know, you got the Bay Area and LA and everything. You know, do you guys consider yourself part of the West Coast or?
Definitely, I think people in Seattle want to be the Bay more than anything. Like stuff in the Bay has always been bigger, probably bigger in Seattle than it is in the Bay. Like just E40 before he was, you know, anybody was like a legend in Seattle. You know what I mean? And stuff you guys probably didn't even fuck with, but you know, I grew up on all that stuff, 415 and Totally Insane, all that kind of stuff. RBL was just huge. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like bigger than, you know, whatever was even popping like on a major scene back then. You know, at least where I was at. So.
Oh, okay. That's
we definitely and you know we have a lot of impersonators. You know, E40 type impersonators. They still try to rap like E40. You know? It kind of plagues the city. But yeah, we're definitely on some West Coast for sure. You know.
That's cool though. That's cool. Like basically, some of the people you're working with now. You want to just throw some names out there? Just some
probably the biggest thing I've done is I did a song on G Unit's album.
Okay.
Called Better Ask Somebody. That was just kind of came about in a fluky way. Right now, the stuff that I'm really like excited about is Encore's album, March 9th. March 9th, right?
March 9th.
Okay, March 9th. Biggie. And Gifted Gab's album. So I'm connected to the Bay pretty strong right now myself. So.
Okay.
I'm not sure the date on that, but I did a lot of stuff on both those records. So.
Okay.
That's the stuff I personally feeling that I did, but.
What's in that? Fourth Dimensional Rocket Ship?
Yeah. The title is Fourth Dimensional Rocket Ships Going Up. So all that is
big
the
up
title.
the Gab.
Yeah, big up Gab.
Layover.
So you know they see you on Encore's credits and Gifted Gab's credits, and then they see you on G Unit's credits. And, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be some cats out there that are like, oh, you know, he's working with G Unit and 50 Cent, all that stuff. I mean.
I like everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't always just feel like doing beats with that are just in a straightforward vein, or you know what I mean? It's like I listen to gangster shit. I mean, I probably listen to that stuff more than I listen to underground records.
Right.
Like, I really do listen to that shit a lot more than I listen to underground records. I mean, that's just pretty much what I'm into right now, and you know, obviously, it's just not a stretch that I would make that kind of music and want to do it. It's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. I don't see why everybody so has to categorize shit.
Right.
And from a producer, it's a lot easier to just bounce around and do stuff. It's not like I've done some stuff with 40. You know, we're working on trying to do a song on his new album. So it's like that's a guy I've always looked up to. You know what I mean? I know people that might like Encore, or, you know, like Dilated or whoever it is. Other people I've worked with, they might think, you know, oh, what the hell, you know. But I appreciate all that shit. You know. Really.
Okay, so who are some of your influences, you know, besides the people you name, you know, back then that made you the producer today, and then who are some of your influences today, like that are currently making music?
I think like starting just Run DMC and all that, just that's initial, you know, stuff that you really get into. Like on a producer level, there's a guy from my area, Vitamin D, who also worked on Encore and Gab's album with me.
Layover.
Buy that. And you know, obviously Pete Rock, Premier, all those people. I definitely come from that era. That was when I started. So it's like JD has like probably been a bigger influence on me than anybody. I just try not to ride him so hard like a lot of other people do. But
yeah.
you know, it's like you gotta let him live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm out here just trying to be his replica,
Uh-huh.
that's just retarded. You know,
Yeah.
and it seems like people get rewarded for that shit. You know what I mean? And
Right.
in the industry, it's like everybody does soul beats because that's hot right now. And soul beats, I mean, I love Kanye shit, but you can't just totally steal the shit. You know what I mean? You can't totally take Pete Rock. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's, you know what I mean? It's like he originally did that shit, so let him live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'm influenced by a ton of guys. Man. I think production wise, hip hop's as good as it ever was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you understand what people are doing and the degree of difficulty in it, you know what I mean?
So, yeah, I noticed that in commercial music, like the samples sort of coming back, you know, or I don't know if it ever really went anywhere, but like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about, you know, just sampling?
Oh man, that's like,
you know,
that was the best thing that could have happened. I mean, for me personally, in trying to do stuff on majors, I mean, Kanye and Just Blaze just help dudes out. I mean, there's no way you could ever talk bad about them because they just help so many other guys come back and you know bring some more authentic sound to music. Even when people are playing, they're getting better, and it's not, you know, there was that era where it was like them Swiss beats and all that. It's just like it was looking bad for a minute,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And
That's
they kind
the
of
feeling,
they
yeah.
kind of got everybody away from that shit, and that was you know, that's a
Yeah.
dude. That's like how many people is like that?
Oh,
Hundreds of
I'm
them.
not mad at it. I agree.
When you're
But we know where you're going with it.
Man, I'm not. I wouldn't. Wasn't even in my head though. See,
I didn't even bring the name.
you guys just sparking shit.
I didn't even bring the name up. You know what we talking about. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
just as long as there's no specific name, you can't. You
Man,
can't
that could be addressed to anybody. Shit, I could address it myself. Man, I make beats like that too sometimes.
Whoever gets offended, that's who you're talking to. That's,
You know?
Quit talking about Attic like that.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Pete. No.
Ready.
So yeah, you brought up vitamin D. I was actually the vitamin D, you know, a while back when they had the Do the Math compilation.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I thought that was classic, though. You know,
It was
I
classic,
picked it up
man.
from a friend.
Just,
You know, not,
you
not a
know.
lot of people really got hip to that, though.
I think, you know, he's like, to me, he's like one of the, I mean, just, I've been around him for so long, maybe it's just, you know, personal bias, but he's like truly a great producer. You know what I mean? Like, he's been good for like, I'm trying to think, 90, since 91, you know what I mean? Since 16 years old, so it was like, he just, you know, he's finally getting to the point where he's got people looking out for him, and he's, you know,
Right.
getting the other stuff together, but the music has never been a problem, you know what I mean? Like, he's always been, you know, in Seattle, we never really had anybody show us how to get money or push your stuff out there, and it's like nobody was going to come show you how to do it. So it's like now some of the business stuff is starting to tie together, and when people really get to hear what he can do, I mean, he's pretty unstoppable. In any kind of sound you want, he can do it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Do the Math, man, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. I actually.
They had one before that, it was even better. But
Really? Yeah,
tape
I got it.
only.
What's it called?
It was only on tape. I think it was called Untranslated Prescriptions or something, but
Oh,
I got it somewhere.
That sounds very herbish.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that around '97, I think. So
Yeah.
I got it late though. But yeah, I was bumping that for a minute though. I lost the taste, so you know. But I just remember that, you know. Vitamin
He
D.
has a new 12-inch out on Rhyme Sayers. It's really dope. It's called No Good.
Okay. You want to promote that? Like,
Yeah, it's No Good, Vitamin D. Rhyme Sayers is the label. It's been out for a little. It's doing its thing on college radio. It's I did the B side, but that's not even the one. The No Good, that's the one that
No good,
that he
vitamin
did.
D.
Yeah. And I think hopefully we're gonna do a forthcoming album too. So
Okay.
cool. You know, you get to hear just. Yeah, you know, Encore might be on it. Who knows? You might let him rap on that mug.
So do you want to promote any websites or any just people, you know, ways people could contact
How
you?
you spell
and-
Shout out to Dub.
All right, give him. He knows. I don't know exactly how to spell it.
TigerEye.net. It's TYGEREYE.net. We on there. You can vitamin too.
And if
Layover.
yeah, layover. What's another? I can't really promote anything else. Stuck Under the Needle. That's a local label that I work a lot with. Oh yeah, Boom Bap Project. That's another group. Their album's coming out sometime next year. Or I guess it's this year now.
Okay.
And that album's pretty much produced by me and Vitamin too. So
Okay.
That's more a hard, straightforward, you know, dilated people's-esque hip-hop, you know, straightforward hip-hop. So people listen to that, check that. They got Gabs on that record, or Rocka's on the record.
Oh, okay.
A couple other guests. Nah, he was on another. But no, I know I'm forgetting something. Somebody's gonna get upset with me.
Yeah, you know, I always am like that too. I have a bunch of questions I think of, but then, you know.
Oh, Planet Asia. Planet Asia's album's coming out
Okay.
in a couple months. Hopefully I did some stuff on there. So
Okay.
another Bay Area artist, kinda, I guess. I don't know if they consider Fresno the Bay.
Rascal.
Mm-hmm.
Rascal.
Rascal's already out. You can go buy that. I did some stuff on there too. So
Well, yeah, I think it's impressive how, you know, the scale of people that you worked under. Like, what exactly do you take pride in as a producer?
I just like I like a lot of different stuff. So I just try to be, if I can do it all legitimately, I just don't try to do like a commercial record or, you know, a gangster record and just do it half-assed. Like, if I'm gonna do it exactly how I want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with just the, you know, straightforward hip hop or whatever it be, R&B. I'm doing some R&B stuff too. So like, just to have a certain sound and just be quality with it, you know, and just be able to work with anybody. You know what I mean? That's a skill in itself, you know, and not be so one-dimensional, you know, or make the same thing over and over. You know.
Is there any way you would describe your sound as far as production? That was kind of a hard question on that.
I don't know. I just think more than anything, I just think my stuff's well put together. Whatever, it doesn't make you feel a certain way. You know, it's it's clean. That's a lot of people describe my sound as clean. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Clean with, you know, controlled dirtiness with the drums. You know, you still gotta have the hip hop. You know, you gotta have the hard drums. You know, that's always
Diverse drums.
Yeah, diverse drums. Whatever you say.
So, hey, let me just ask you this question.
Yeah, adding his 2 cents a little too much.
Because we interviewed Babu also, and, you know,
I did his single too, Babu. That's another guy. Shout out to Babu.
But yeah, I just talked to him about just like, you know, just taking samples from like, you know, compilations as opposed to like the original pressing, or, you know, sampling from CDs. You know, are you opposed to that? Are you know?
I used to be a lot more, you know, diligent about fuck reissues, and because I've been into records forever. You know what I mean? Like you know, records is like half of what I do. You know what I mean? That's all I've been doing out here is buying records. I haven't done anything but buy records since I've been out here, because that's what I like to do. I'd rather do that sometimes than make beats. You know. I don't know, man. It comes sometimes. I mean, I guess now it's like if somebody uses a reissue and they do something good with it, then how the fuck am I even gonna know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of, I don't like when everybody will have the same beat because they're just looping something off of whatever, Dusty Fingers or whatever it is. So it's like, if you're going to use those kind of records, at least do something different with it, you know.
Yeah.
Or even if you're sampling off hip-hop records and shit like that, try to at least, you know, change the sound so I won't figure it out, or, you know, the person you sample won't figure it out, or whatever it is, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's, you know,
no, that's,
I don't know, man, because if you probably asked me 5 years ago, I'd have been like, man, fuck all them guys sampling, you know, reissues. But
yeah.
maybe I'm just getting older. I'm soft. I don't care.
No, because some people is really, you know, I have a friend that's just really, really anti, you know, reissues.
I mean, I don't like to have reissues. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. I mean, it's the same record, it's the same sound, but there's something about it that I just, maybe that's just like the guys that showed me how to get records, and you know, that's kind of like got instilled in me through them. You know, and I think now, man, I'm sure there's gonna be some kid that's gonna play me something that's all MP3 samples. It's gonna be dope, and I'm not gonna be able to front on it because it's an MP3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think in the end, it really just comes down to what comes out. You know, because the thing is, most people I know that got records, their beats are crap. You know what I mean? Like, they got real deal, like 20,000 in the crib. They're not really good producers for the most part. I mean, there's obviously exceptions, but I know a lot of people who got every rare record you can imagine. But you put them in front of some shit like this, and they're just, you know, clueless. So.
Or,
Is there any piece of equipment you like using the most?
ASR 10. This isn't my shit, by the way.
You can say it is.
MPC, major piece of crap. I don't fuck with that either. That was from my man Moss.